Hello everyone, my name is Blair and this is Momentum. I hope everyone is having a beautiful day. Alright, check it out. If you're new, please hit the like button, subscribe button, and notification bell so every time I put out a video, you'll know. I want to say thank you to all my subscribers, all of my old subscribers, and all of my new subscribers. If you like my content, please share. Alright, here we go. Check it out. Today I want to talk about, is it harder to get started in some states than others? That's an interesting question because there's a lot there. There's a lot to unpack. Okay, here we go. A lot depends on the education and how many people are willing to sell their diabetic supplies. Yeah, a lot is dependent upon that. Now, let me go through it. I'll come back to that. Now, if you have to consider, if in some states, offline, you can't do everything. You know, you can't do everything and I've said this before, you can't do bandit signs. You know, and they're very strict on that. Some states and regions and markets are very strict. You know, I know someone who was told by the city to take his bandit signs down or else they were going to charge him $50 per sign. Okay, now you have a school of thought which states that they can't fine you if they can't find you. Well, nevertheless, he took everything down. Okay, so now you have to consider that. You have to consider also, if they won't allow you to do that, they won't allow you to put stickers up either. You know, because they're very strict on that. But you do have business cards, you know, flyers that you can put in nail salons and, you know, grocery markets, delis, and so on and so forth. One thing is that, you know, you also have to consider the online market, like OfferUp, 5 Miles, Facebook ads, Craigslist, etc., etc., etc. You know, you have to really look at that. And one way you can tell if there's a lot of people who are educated with diabetes about selling their test strips is to go on Craigslist. You know, go on Craigslist and see how many competitors you got in there. You know, you want to see how many competitors. If you got like maybe 8 or 9, then 9 times out of 10, there's not a lot of, how can I say this? There's not a lot of action around it in terms of people, you know, hitting them up and hitting their ads up, you know, trying to sell their test strips and supplies. You know, I regularly canvass all the major markets. You know, and sometimes smaller markets, you know, just to see what they're doing. You know, I know what my market is doing all the time, you know, and the markets, Wisconsin and Indiana, who are adjacent to me. You know, I know what they're doing all the time. You know, but then you got Detroit market. You know, it's, you know, my boy, my friend, he's always the number 1 spot, and he only has to really market once or twice a week, you know, which is the total opposite of me. You know, I'm doing about 3 to 4 a day. Yeah, about 3 to 4 a day. And it's just interesting because it also depends on the pace. You know, everyone is starting off at the same pace. I mean, at different paces. I mean, I'm sorry about that. That's something that you have to consider. So, and then of course you have to look and see if there are bandit signs out there, in your market, and markets adjacent to your market. There are things that you have to, look at, but if you take all of that in consideration, the answer is, it is harder to get started in some markets than others. It's much harder, because I'm going to tell you something, man. Bandit signs are king, but as far as now, to switch over to Facebook ads, it depends on if you know how to run them or not. I did pretty good numbers on those. I don't really do it that much anymore, because I'm too busy with the calls I'm getting from bandit signs. But the thing is that you have to exhaust all of your marketing opportunities. I've said this before. In split tests, when people call you, just say, where did you get my number from? You see what I'm saying? You want to ask them that. But as far as offline bandit signs and stuff, you have to really consider, because, if you get a call, telling you to take your stuff down, take it down. Just take it down. Trust me, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. You got people out here want to be brave, and hey, whatever floats your boat. Whatever floats your boat, but I wouldn't recommend it. But just exhaust everything that you can exhaust, split test, and whatever's working, tweak it. Whatever's not working, tweak it more. You see what I'm saying? You got people out here that are don't want to do the work, and then when they don't do the work, they're upset and their motivation goes down because their actions don't scale with their expectations. Okay, don't let that be you. Okay, even though it is harder in some markets than others, you have to be creative. You have to extend yourself. All right, anyway, I'm gonna leave it here. My name is Blair. There's a lot more I could unpack, but I'll save that for another video. This is like a part 1. And remember, hey, you can't gain momentum without traction. All right, so until the next video, peace.